Ben Affleck and Matt Damon reunite as a pair for Air. While writing The Last Duel, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon realized that something had been lacking from their meandering and typically separate careers. This was their first screenplay together since their 1997 success, Good Will Hunting. "I haven't heard you laugh like that in 15 years, my wife once told me," recalls Damon. "After that encounter, we asked ourselves, why aren't we doing this more frequently? As you approach your 50s, you suddenly realize that if we don't prioritize it, it simply won't happen." Affleck and Damon are now again a team, more than 25 years after they first set out to succeed in Hollywood and became so intertwined that they actually shared a bank account. In Air, a new movie about Nike's courtship of Michael Jordan, which hits theaters on Wednesday, Affleck directs and Damon stars. Only a small portion of their new partnership is represented by that movie, an Amazon Studios original that MGM is releasing in theaters. It is the first offering from Artists Equity, their new production firm. Affleck is the CEO and Damon is in charge of content. Its goal includes awarding notable cast and crew members a portion of the proceeds. Affleck believes that the movie Air, in which Jordan's mother fights for his value while the then new Nike pursues a sneaker deal with him, mirrors what they want to accomplish with their new business. In an interview with Damon, Affleck stated, "We believe there are many extremely meaningful artists on the crew that are underpaid and undervalued and make a huge difference in the quality of the experience in a picture. We want to approach the artists similarly to how Michael Jordan was treated, by stating that they are the ones who should receive payment for their work. You are creating beauty, majesty, and art." They may have previously produced a smash with Air, too. After its SXSW premiere, the movie, which also stars Jason Bateman, Chris Tucker, Chris Messina, and Julius Tenen, has received overwhelmingly positive reviews. It received such positive reviews from customers that Amazon decided to give it a wide theatrical release, all of which explains some of the reasons why Affleck is actually happy despite the sad Ben Affleck memes and popular footage of him glumly attending the Grammys. Affleck has already been open about his prior struggles with drinking, so there have undoubtedly been ups and downs. He claims to be famously unhappy right now while feeling the exact opposite, which means Affleck attributes them to unintentional slip-ups and the effects of always having a dozen cameras trained on him. According to Affleck, the image by itself reads, "Look at this unhappy fellow. I'm actually quite content, though. My life is good. I am incredibly fortunate, regardless of memes. Maybe there's something wrong with my sleeping face." But with Argo, Affleck is returning to making the kinds of films that earned him Best Picture a decade earlier after a rocky run as Batman and another turbulent run in the tabloids. The fabled beginning of the partnership is kind of bookended by the Los Angeles-based Artists Equity. They started it to help choose the direction of their upcoming chapter. And encourage spending more time together. Also, it enables Affleck to visit his children on a regular basis from his former union with Jennifer Garner. He married Jennifer Lopez last year. Viola Davis is one person they have persuaded to join them in their new project. Although the mother of Jordan had a relatively minor role at first, the NBA legend emphasized her significance to the plot when they met with Affleck. Jordan claimed that only Davis was available to play the role. Davis understood the goals that Affleck and Damon were pursuing. Along with her husband Tenen, she owns and operates Juvie Productions, a progressive production firm. Davis views working on Air as one of her most memorable professional experiences. Viola Davis is one person they have persuaded to join them in their new project. Although the mother of Jordan had a relatively minor role at first, the NBA legend emphasized her significance to the plot when they met with Affleck. Jordan claimed that only Davis was available to play the role. Davis understood the goals that Affleck and Damon were pursuing. Along with her husband Tenen, she owns and operates Juvie Productions, a progressive production firm. Davis views working on Air as one of her most memorable professional experiences. Filmmaking is being returned to the artists, which is how it should be, according to Davis. "As an artist, you face a lot of challenges, but the biggest one is the business itself as an actor," Davis continues. "What they're doing is what our fantasy is, especially after we reach a certain level. We want freedom and choice." The heist movie The Instigators, featuring Damon and Casey Affleck, as well as Unstoppable, starring Lopez and Gerald Jerome, are upcoming movies for Artists Equity. Hollywood has frequently looked unclear of how to use Lopez's talent, despite the fact that her range has been demonstrated in recent movies like Hustlers. Affleck responds, "I agree with that viewpoint. It was naturally constricting since she was being forced to live up to expectations. You could see that she was able to demonstrate her abilities in Hustlers."